By focusing on what kids are saying in a group chat, grow up. I'm sorry. Focus on the real issues. Don't focus on what kids say in group chats. But
by now, everyone is so aware that college-age white men who commit acts of violence will absolutely, every single time, be framed as either mentally ill and unaware of the actions that they've taken, or be framed as children. Whereas actual black and brown children will be framed as adults when they are victims of those same college-aged white men or younger that commit acts of violence like mass pew-pewing or grape or hate speech, as shown in their fucking group chats.
There's another angle to this that I just have to be honest about. I mean, I'm like an old guy at this point. I'm 41 years old. I have 3 kids. I grew up in a different world.
Do not allow this fucking asshole to make you believe that he doesn't fucking know that prejudiced jokes turn to dehumanizing jokes and then targeted harassment, terrorism, and genocide, because that's what we fucking know from studying the Holocaust, that's how it fucking works. He is doing everything he possibly can to excuse the violent actions of youth who he depends upon to continue. That's what he's fucking doing. Everyone sees it. Anyone that fucking knows how the way language builds our world knows that what those young men said was neo-Nazi rhetoric. So he's doing everything he possibly fucking can to distance himself from the violence that they spoke, that they are responsible for speaking as college-age adults, young Republican leaders. If they were such children, why are you giving them positions of power?
Right, where not most of the stupid things that I did when I was a teenager and a young adult, they're not on the internet.
If JD Vance had any fucking dignity or integrity, he would say, this country is racist as fuck. I've been racist as fuck. You've been racist as fuck. And this country excuses your hatred under the guise of jokes. That's what he would say. You need to be better fucking people that don't reinforce white supremacy and become the vice president or whatever the fuck of the United States. You do not get to spread hate speech and have that excused as a non-fucking issue. Every single time before or after the internet that someone has taken part in hate speech, it cannot be tolerated. It is not to be tolerated. It is not a fucking joke. It is hate speech, and that is why the neo-Nazis do everything they possibly fucking can to tell us that hate speech does not fucking exist.
Like, I'm going to tell my kids, especially my boys, don't put things on the internet. Like, be careful with what you post. If you put something in a group chat, assume that some scumbag is going to leak it in an effort to try to cause you harm or cause your family harm.
Notice how he's humanizing them in their hate speech. Notice how he's saying, it easily could have been me, that young man saying racist shit in a group chat, if I was born at a different time. He's saying it easily could have been me mocking grape if I was born at a different time. It easily could have been me saying that people should have been put in gas chambers as a young Republican leader. He is excusing hate speech in any time or space, and that is unfucking acceptable. Part of the problem that he is saying without saying is that it is normal for a white man at college to go around saying racist and sexist and anti-Semitic, straight out of neo-Nazi playbook ass shit, and that they excuse that as if it is acceptable patterns of behavior and not the hate speech that leads to rationalizing target harassment, terrorism, and genocide that it fucking is. That's the fucking problem with this country. they excuse discrimination under the guise of jokes and bullying, and we know that it fucking leads to dehumanization and genocide. Both parties in this nation are responsible for funding and doing wholesale.
But the reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. Like, that's what kids do.
Also, notice what he didn't fucking say, which was, young Republican men leaders don't say hate speech. He didn't fucking say that. He said, expect to be caught when you say it. He didn't talk about an issue of saying hate speech. Because his problem isn't with them saying the hate speech. It's that they got caught saying the hate speech. Because he expects them to say the hate speech. That's their entire spiel. That's their whole conservative belief set. That's their entire ideology, is that they are entitled to everything, and anyone that they dehumanize is entitled to nothing. Didn't we hear them at Charlie Kirk's memorial? What do we work for? What the fuck do we create, allegedly? We are the dehumanized ones. They are the young Republican men who go on to build the white supremacist nation.
And I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive stupid joke, is cause to ruin their lives. And
it is a dangerous fucking precedent, a eugenic and fascist precedent that says you can spread hate speech so long as you're a young white Republican leader in a group chat.
At some point, we're all going to have to say, enough of this BS. We're not going to allow the worst moment in a 21-year-old's group chat to ruin a kid's life for the rest of time. That's just not okay.
That is not a fucking excuse. It's not. There is nothing that makes the hate speech and neo-Nazi rhetoric that these young Republican leaders said in this group chat oh fucking K.
Like, we live in a digital world. This stuff is now etched in stone online. We're all going to have to say, you know what? No. We're not doing this. We're not canceling kids because they do something stupid in a group chat. And if I have to be the person who carries that message forward, I'm fine with it.
These young white men knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. They were in young Republican leadership across the country. They were organized. They were the same fucking age, probably, that Charlie Kirk was when he started out. And he was old enough to go on Fox and Friends and Varney and Company. There is no role of leadership where hate speech will be tolerated.